old it was. It's just from 1970s. But I also, without trying, found out that when they show that movie on TV, they have to cut out certain things because they're traumatizing.
Mm-hmm.
The part where the Burgermeister burns the voice is traumatizing.
Yes, it would traumatize all the children.
And they cut out 2 songs so that they could have more commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's ridiculous.
That sounds like capitalism.
Yep.
Yay, capitalism.
Yeah.
Capitalist bastards.
Because having just a slightly longer time slot is totally not a viable function. Not
It really
at
isn't.
all.
Not in the TV world.
Merry Christmas. Please enjoy the products advertised.
Merry Christmas, buy our shit.
Pretty much.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho.
Pretty much what Christmas has turned into.
Merry Giftmas.
That's why I think it's really odd for people to get offended when people say Merry Christmas, because there are so many people who aren't Christian who celebrate Christmas. Not for the Christian reasons, though, so I think it should be neutral to say Merry Christmas. Kind of.
I just say
Yeah,
Merry
dude.
Christmas, and if they get offended, I don't care.
Well, you don't have a part-time job as a cashier.
I try to keep it in mind, but I've let it slip to someone who's very, very clearly not celebrating Christmas a couple times, and they pretty much have shrugged it off, but I've caught myself a few times and said, Happy Holidays.
I think that even if someone was to say like Happy Hanukkah to me or something, I think that it wouldn't. Well, it shouldn't matter either because they're just wishing me a happy time of that year. So it's like a good thing that they're thinking about you guys.
Yes.
It's not a big deal.
I've been meaning to try the Jewish potato pancakes for a while, just because it's something I've never tried. They seem kind of probably not very delicious, but at the very least interesting to eat.
Alright, well, you're trying cool pancakes. Have you tried the French pancakes?
French pancakes? From where?
Buckwheat pancakes.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You could look them up. It's just buckwheat pancakes, and they are so good, so good.
They taste like pancakes.
They're
Oh, good. I'd be disappointed if they tasted like, say, pancakes.
Yeah, I know. They really do have the taste of pancakes, though.
Good.
And British pancakes or wherever the ones we people normally eat now, they taste like
Flour pancakes.
Yeah, they're kind of breadish.
They taste like flour.
The French ones are like sugary. They're not healthy at all.
Have you seen this new... I've been hearing something about a really, really terrible, awful, but enjoyable Christmas movie called Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas.
Nope, never heard of it.
Kirk Cameron is this... he's an actor who specifically does religious movies. I think he used to be on some sitcom back in the 80s or 90s.
Yep.
Anyway, he's basically made a movie that in the trailers looks like one of those, what do you call it? You know the people who are like,
No.
keep Christ at Christmas, man, like, believe people are, like, the world is trying to dilute the meaning of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it sets itself up to be, but that's not what it is. It's a movie about capitalism and how capitalism is really, really, really great.
Great?
Great.
Great about it.
Well,
Wow.
there's a quote, like, let me see if I can remember how it's put. One of the one of the bits in this is, every time you see a Christmas tree, think of the cross that Jesus was on. And so it's completely alright to go buy things. Or the body of Christ was material, so of course he wanted you to have material goods and want a bunch of things, which is definitely not the case.
No, and it doesn't matter.
So is it a satirical?
Nope.
No.
It's played completely straight.
Wait, he was joking though, right?
Nope. No, that's the thing. He's completely serious about it.
See, that's what confuses me. We're all capable of rational thought, so how do some people get to such weird conclusions and heartfully believe them? I apparently haven't studied psychology enough because I can't figure it out.
I thought psychology wasn't so much the study and figuring out of why people are, so much as it is dealing with it and figuring out how to help people deal with it.
Psychology is a whole bunch of different
Here, let me
things.
give you
That's
the
why
blanket term for psychology.
It's hard to
Psychology is looking at what people do.
to be able to explain it and to be able to control it, influence it, and make things better.
But
And-
more or less to determine the cause and to know how to influence that activity. So you see somebody walking down the street, and every 3 steps they kick out their leg like a donkey and almost fall over, and they keep walking as if nothing ever happened. So what you do is you study them to figure out why the heck they're doing that, and maybe make them stop.
Psychology is for understanding people, and just as much as it is helping them. There's a lot of people there are actually people who think that you should only research the psychology and that you shouldn't apply it. You just need to research it. Those people exist. That's weird.
There's some people who just want to use psychology to understand, not to fix or influence.
So,
Psychology is also advertising. Advertising is 90% psychology.
Yes, I know
they
that.
figured
It's,
out
it's
all of it.
10% money.
I know that.
We can even trace it back to this one specific guy. He was a behaviorist dude, and he did the little Albert study. But while he was doing the little Albert study, he ended up like really falling in love with like one of his colleagues, and that's like a not professional man. So he had to like leave his position as a professor, and he was happy and stuff and married that person he wanted to marry. So he went into advertising to support himself. He started
That's
a trend.
funny. My mom's cousin is married to Terry O'Reilly, who owns a huge. He's the head of this advertising firm, Pirate Radio, and he used to have a show on the CBC about advertising and old tactics used and old commercials and how stuff like that's applied now.
It's Watson. Okay, yes, I'm still listening.
It's he showed me a bunch of stuff about how advertising's really used and how like there's so many common tropes found in advertising that there's basically nothing original anymore. And advertising now, if it's subversive in any way, it makes no sense. Like the Old Spice guy. That has absolutely nothing to do with...
Oh man, Old Spice has gone one step further. Have you seen the Old Spice robot commercials?
Yes!
I don't even understand.
The implication here is that if you use our soap, you will smell so attractive. If you're a robot, people will not, or women specifically, just won't care that you're a robot. Like, there's one I've seen all the time on the internet where they're in a club, and she specifically talks about the robot's hair, and then the face just falls right off.
Yeah, it's like she walks up behind this guy and says, "Hey, how you doing?" His head turns around backwards, and he says that he likes like pizza and video games.
Later, and pepperoni pizza.
Pretty much. And then she's just like, "Hey, you want to get out of here?" And then he goes, "Yeah." And then his face falls off and goes, and then she's like, "Is that a yes?"
It's like
And
the
then the
old
commercial
90s
ends.
dial-up tone.
Yeah. It's like the guy's face falls off and then dial-up happens in his face.
But it doesn't just fall off. It hits the floor fast and with a very large thunk.
Like
Like
it's made
his
of
head
steel.
fell off or
Yeah.
something. It's hilarious.
No, but they figured out every nook and cranny about how to do stuff. For example, so me and Evan went grocery shopping. We were looking for one specific thing, and I found it, the one that was at my eye level. And then Evan was like, that one's the most expensive one. And everything that was higher, and I'm average height for a female, so everything that was at my eye level was the most expensive stuff, and everything that was higher up or lower down that would be inconvenient to try and reach, that stuff was cheaper.
That's actually the most common advertising
Oh
technique.
my
Is
God.
everything at the 4.5 to 5.5 foot level is what everybody looks at, and that's where they put the most expensive products. Companies actually pay money to have their products at that level. One good example is there's one of the most popular and oldest cheesy companies. I don't remember what they're called, but they have that bag that's like blue and white striped, and
So I don't know.
basically, they're a very traditionalist cheesy company. They supply the cheesies to the stores, and that's where their transaction ends. No money on advertising, so they don't advertise anywhere. No money on getting the best shelf spots. So whenever you find their cheesies, it's usually at the end of the aisle on the bottom.
Okay.
And that's just because they don't pay money to have their stuff put on a specific shelf. They just get put on the most convenient shelf for the lowest paying product.
And you can also thank psychology for like all those pretty girls with the Nike shoes and stuff. That's because of
That wasn't hard to figure out.
yeah, that's because they think, oh, well, people like pretty girls. So if you put them with the thing that we like, then they'll like the thing that we want them to like because they like pretty girls.
That's also the basis behind women and Old Spice advertising.
And also...
And those Axe commercials.
Actually, the Old Spice commercial with the I Want a Horse guy is probably it's really impressive the way... They don't specifically mention, or at least they don't often mention the whole... the female aspect, except for the beginning, because he's talking directly to them. But they don't use it anywhere in the ad, and yet it's not women buying it, it's men who buy it.
Because they want to get girls.
Yeah.
And the other thing is they've done a lot of tests to see if subliminal messaging works. It does not work at all whatsoever. But there are some people who've taken intro psych who still believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Those crazies.
What was that old Simpsons episode with the subliminal message and advertisement?
I don't watch
I don't remember what it was called or really what it was about, other than the fact that there was an advertising guy sitting there talking to one of the Simpson people. I think it was Bart.
It must have been Bart.
Talking about joining the military.
Right!
And he says there's 3 kinds of messaging. There's like subliminal, which is like hidden messages. I don't remember how he... it was a commercial. There's just a regular commercial, and then every like 2 seconds it would have a 1-second flash of join the Navy.
This was the
Join the
episode
Navy.
where
Join the Navy.
they started a boy band.
Yes.
And they got...
Because they
and
were
a bunch
doing
of
subliminal
classes.
messaging in their songs.
Yes.
And then the second kind was liminal. He just sticks his head out the window and... Wait, no, he just... What does he do? I don't remember.
I can't remember this
It
part.
was just like a commercial saying you should join the Navy. And then the other one was super liminal. He just sticks his head out the window and yells at Lenny, "Hey you! Join the Navy!" And he's just like, "Okay." And walks away.
Oh, Lenny. I haven't seen a good episode of The Simpsons in a really long time. I wish I lived... Well, I almost said I wish I lived in America, but I don't really know if I should wish I lived in America.
Never.
No, that's a big no.
Not worth it.
No. Not... FXX is not worth it.
I heard that's just
Do
a
you know
symptom
what
of
works
long-running
just
shows.
as well? The
What?
internet.
Yeah, the internet works pretty well, but where are you going to find The Simpsons on the internet that you can watch?
That's a mystery
Canada.
that nobody will ever figure out. Ever.
Anywhere.
Anywhere. Well, yeah. I guess you can find a compilation of the best moments of The Simpsons on YouTube.
Wait, do they not show certain episodes here or something?
No, it's that you can't really legally watch episodes of The Simpsons online in Canada because there's nowhere that has them.
Yes. It's like not even Netflix or anything like that.
Not net, which, I mean, really, they should have gotten on top of that a while ago.
They really should have, but
Yeah.
Fox is not one to be dealt with easily.
Nope. Well, they have Futurama up there, so maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
One day.
By the way, I've been recording for about 12, 13 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to leave that in.
What?
Is that not okay?
Well, we said Evan's name.
And no, this is
oh,
fine. This
yeah.
is a real blog.
This is like a radio show, almost, sort of.
Except
Not
nobody
at
listens
all.
to it.
Some people listen to it. Have you looked?
No, actually, I haven't looked at it. I don't even know where the YouTube channel is, and I haven't gone looking for it.
Most people don't watch it on the YouTube channel. Every time I upload it, the next day there's usually about 8 or 9 hits on the blog. So at least one of those is probably me, and the other ones are very loyal fans, clearly.
Clearly.
Clearly, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
I
I never actually did a proper intro to this. Oh, whatever.
They don't need
I'm
to know
gonna
who
Craig
we are.
Ferguson the shit out of this episode.
Bye, people I don't know.
Yes, this is Mystery Man. You do not get to know who he is. Ever.
Awesome.
It's Captain Caveman, guys.
Surprisingly accurate.
We got Captain Caveman in the studio with us today.
Yes.
Ugh.
As soon as I said it, we just lost all steam.
Yeah, you shouldn't have said you were recording. Anyways.
What have you gotten accomplished in the last 2 weeks, Lodge? You were
Um,
working on the character model for Fia when I came in.
yeah, what I'm doing right now is I'm converting most of the files over to 3ds Max.
Cool.
Because it's been a while since I've used Maya, and going back to using it, I'm just not enjoying it very much at all. And I don't feel like relearning how to use Maya, so for now I'm just going to convert everything to 3ds Max and see if I can get more work done that way.
Cool. What was I just kidding? Oh, it's the box. Doesn't matter. What have I done? Oh my god, what have I done? I guess I've been doing more planning on the level design. Just trying to figure out how to build a stealth level. This one, I've probably been working on this the most over the last... How long have we been working on this? 6 months? It must be at least 6 months.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think a
more
little
than
bit
that.
more than that.
Yeah, probably more. Because we were... Oh, we were probably planning this out around the time the Super Bowl was going on.
Yeah, so it'll be 7 or 8 months.
Yeah,
Usually.
almost a year. Cool. Yeah. The thing about making a stealth-based level is that, unlike action games, you don't really create a stealth or a... Whoops. You don't really make an action game the same way you make a stealth game, because a good stealth game is like... It's basically a logic puzzle. If you've ever played Metal Gear Solid, you can't really go in there guns blazing and expect to win, even though you are badass, Solid Snake, oh my god, Metal Gear, You gotta...
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that. You gotta sit around in a box for about 10 minutes before you figure out the pattern of the guards and the security cameras, and exactly where to get your box from point A to point B, and who to kill, and which door to use, and what key card you need, and It's fun, though. The rewarding aspect of a stealth game is figuring out the puzzle. Which reminds me, I've been meaning to play Dishonored, because I've heard it's really, really good and really, really cheap to get the Game of the Year edition.
Oh yeah, that game.
Yeah.
I forgot what that game was for a minute.
Yeah, it was...
I played it for a little while. It was really fun because you have this ability where you can teleport short distances.
Really?
Yeah, and you can also... You have options. You can kill guards or knock them out, kind of Deus Ex style.
Cool.
And I found it really fun to knock out the guards and pile them on top of light poles using the teleport ability.
That sounds awesome.
And then if any of them wake up, they just fall off of the light pole and go unconscious again. And then all you got to do is hide them again, because the NPCs never look up. So there can be a bunch of NPCs piled precariously on top of a lamppost, and another guard will walk along under the lamppost, and you can jump down and knock them out.
I like the term Yahtzee Croshaw coined for games like that. I believe he calls them stealth 'em ups.
Yes.
It's a very fitting title.
It's a fun title.
Yeah, there's a lot to learn from that, because as I understand it, it is a very, very good stealth-based game, but you can play it like an action game. It was the Bethesda game for the year where there wasn't a Bethesda game coming out. Like, what... Between... that was last year, wasn't it? Or was it the year prior? 2012 or 2013?
I think it was 2012.
Yeah.
I'm like 80% certain that it was 2012.
Yeah, that sounds right. Bethesda didn't really have a game... Oh, wait. No, did it have a game for 2013? Because I can't really think of anything. It wasn't a Elder Scrolls release. And Fallout certainly wasn't going anywhere.
I think 2012 was...
Wait, was 2012 Skyrim? No, 2011 was Skyrim.
Yes.
So... Oh, jeez.
I'm looking at their list of games. Release date.
I'm pretty sure this year is The Evil Within.
They released... 2012 was Doom 1, 2, and 3 re-releases.
That's it?
As well as Dishonored.
Oh. Well, okay. Wait, Doom 1, 2, and 3 were re-released in 2012?
Well, Doom 1 and 2 were released on the PlayStation 3. Doom 3 BFG Edition, I don't remember if that's a re-release or just a regular one.
No, that's a re-release. That's an updated HD remake of an HD game.
Yes, which is a realm that we've far gone into already. Cough, cough, Grand Theft Auto 4. Cough, cough,
You mean
5.
Grand Theft Auto 5?
Whatever. Grand Theft Auto plus number.
Grand Theft Auto 4 plus 1. Yeah. Yeah. There's a really weird trend with... wait, I can only think of, 2 games that were remade in HD in the same generation. And that would be, first of all, Doom 3. Doom 3 came out on 360. It might have even been a launch title for 360. Or maybe it came out on the original Xbox. No, I specifically remember it on 360. Either way, there was that, and then there was also one of the Hitman games, the one before Absolution, the newest one. It was on 360, and then when they re-released it with the HD collection, they made a bunch of updates to not only the overall design, but the gameplay and the coding. According to my youngest brother, who is a big fan of the Hitman games, they changed a significant chunk while keeping it pretty much the same game. I've been kind of thinking what maybe we should, because the next couple months we're probably not going to get a whole lot done. So I should probably warn everybody about that now, because both Jade and I work in retail, and next Friday is Black Friday, which means absolutely nothing is happening that day at all. And the week up to it's going to be crazy as well, because that's how retail usually works, and we're also, all 3 of us are technically students, and this is the end of the year, so there's projects, and there's finals, hooray, and then there's Steven, and I don't even know what Steven's up to right now.
He's a bit of a mystery.
Yeah.
Mystery fish.
Mystery fish. It was really handy when he lived with Jade.
Yes.
Because then I could be like, hey Steven, alright, what are you doing? Coding. Okay.
Potatoes.
Potatoes.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Spaghetti.
I need to eat some supper.
So do I.
Yeah.
3. I
So
know
we should
what I
wrap
mean.
this up. So, what do you recommend for a song this week?
A song this week. Here, let me delve into my giant pile of music. Find you something
Hakuna
worth listening to.
Matata.
I actually have
What a wonderful friend.
And now we have to pay Disney, thanks.
No problem.
Can you just cut that part out?
Yeah, but I'm feeling really lazy with the editing. Maybe I won't feel so lazy tomorrow, but that's not really a guarantee.
If you get to save yourself lots of money.
What did I put last week?
You're asking the wrong person.
Alright then. Well,
Ask the internet. Go to the channel and figure it out.
the internet doesn't help me with anything. Ever.
Alright, recommended song is Smile, Smile, Smile from My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. Go Bronies and Pegasisters.
Oh,
You have to put that in now.
I do. Yeah.
You think of something. I'm looking for one on the list.
I'm gonna balance that right out and go with Neil Young's The Needle and the Damage Done. So we're gonna bring you really, really up with the happiness with the My Little Pony song, and then you're gonna listen to the most depressing Neil Young song ever written about heroin addiction. It's a good song.
Yay.
And then go to Bullet from Hollywood Undead.
Bullet from Hollywood Undead.
Yep.
And then
I.
we're going to do a Homestuck song with Cascade.
Oh, good.
This one should be really easy to find, though.
I'm sure it'll be pretty easy to find. It's Homestuck. How hard could it be?
Considering that, give me one sec. Last time I checked, they had, good like 500 songs.
Can you find it on YouTube?
Most of them, yes.
Tewb.
I know you can find Cascade on YouTube.
Well, good. thought of having to listen. Let's see here. What do I have to put into this? Not only do I have to put Homestuck music into this, but I have to put Hollywood Undead. Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because that song is awesome.
I hate the Hollywood Undead.
But that song is awesome.
They did a really, really awful song that I had for Rock Band a long time ago, and I hate it. I hate it so much. It's so... I can't even remember the name of the song, but it's so self-righteous and awful. It's that whole empowerment of the generation kind of bullshit.
Probably everywhere I go.
I hate that kind of music. Because it exists in every generation, and yet things just get worse. And this generation is so self-centered about it.
Yep.
You ever wish you'd been born like 30 years earlier, or rather 20 years earlier in the 70s, when things made a little more sense, and we could call bullshit on politicians.
And everybody
get away
smoked
with it?
weed.
No, because
No, that was the 60s, man. Everyone did cocaine in the 80s.
most significant reason why I would say no to that question is because pretty much all of my favorite bands didn't exist at that point.
See, that's not really a problem for me. Most of my favorite music... Okay, so
Well, on the upside, you'd still have ICP.
Yeah, but that's not something
you
I
have to
really
wait a
listen
couple
to.
decades. That's not your problem, but that would suck for Jacob.
Yeah.
What would he go to if he didn't have ICP?
Probably stuff like Ozzy Osbourne.
Probably, yeah. Maybe some Marilyn Manson in the 90s.
He hates Marilyn Manson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Marilyn Manson... He just hates Marilyn Manson. I'll leave it at that.
Why?
I need to go
If
find
you want to
some
know, you have
Marilyn-
to go ask him yourself.
Is that dangerous?
No.
Okay.
You'll just get a bit of a lengthy explanation.
Oh, so this isn't just like, hey, I don't fucking like him. He's weird. Or
Well, no,
he sucks.
that's what most of it is. He'll just give you a lengthy explanation about that.
Oh. So he's fine with ICP, but Marilyn Manson, just none of that?
Yeah. Well, Marilyn Manson is not because he's weird. Weird doesn't bother Jacob. It's
Oh, no, clearly.
Marilyn Manson just isn't very good in Jacob's eyes.
I don't disagree with him, but, oh, who else? Well, that's gonna suck. And now for the dismount.
Hey, it actually worked. I wanted to see if it would mute the microphone, and it did.
Oh my god, it's upside down.
No, it was sideways.
Whatever. Who else? Like, there's one other person I can think of. Alice Cooper. Probably be into Alice Cooper.
Probably.
What's an Alice Cooper?
Alice Cooper was this old rock star from the 80s, I think, maybe the 70s. His bit was that he was constantly being outlawed because, like, the content of his lyrics and the way his shows were like kind of a more gaudy and outlandish Ozzy Osbourne kind of concert with, like, satanic imagery and, like, coming back from the dead in his music and stuff like that.
Rob Zombie.
Oh, and Rob Zombie. Oh man. No, you know, I don't think he'd be into Rob Zombie so much.
He owns a Rob Zombie CD.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't peg him for being into Rob Zombie just because Rob Zombie plays it so straight.
Yeah. Rob Zombie's pretty great.
Rob Zombie's great. No,
I bought his
don't get me
greatest hits CD.
wrong. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. White Zombie way back in the 80s was pretty good too.
Yeah, he owns a White Zombie CD too.
Nice.
White Zombie's basically just Rob Zombie with a whole bunch of people hitting garbage cans with sticks in the background.
Yeah. Didn't he direct? I think Rob Zombie directed the Halloween remake a while back, where there was something
yes.
he did. Yeah. Yeah. Despite all the video game music that I picked, which I really, really, really love, all my favorite stuff is from the 70s, the 60s and 70s and 80s. Like it's real, like. It's Neil Young and Gordon Lightfoot, Rush. Well, the Rush is very different from the rest of that, but Rush is in there. A little bit of Leonard Cohen. I think there's the occasional Sloan. Lots of Canadian stuff. Oh, Joni Mitchell. Joni Mitchell's pretty good too. This is just going way over your head, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
most of the music I listen to is relatively recent, but not overly popular.
Yeah. Recent music, the farthest I go with recent music for the most part is video game music. Anyway, I'm hungry, so we're signing off.